Hello friends. How's it going? Hello. Drew, Christian, hello. Is the audio okay? ODM, Peaches, Nine Walker, hello. Sinvec, 10 months, thank you. 2 more till 1 year, indeed. 12 minus 10 is 2. Yup. Doobie Stater, hello. The only issue with the no music VOD is that it also prevents any sounds from video he was playing. Oh, that is true, yeah. Mally, what's up? I'm doing okay. Finally, the week is over. I feel like this week was pretty chaotic. Because, you know, I lost the whole day from that whole travel incident, and it's just been like really chaotic for me this week. Kangpa, hola. Hello, my friend. Thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub. What the hell is this barking thing? Monka. My ears feel hurt looking at your headphones, feel very heavy and clamping. It's not that bad. It's actually not that bad. Like, it looks like that, but it's really not that bad. Yeah. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? Y'all have a good Friday? Are these a lot comfier than they look? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I actually was a little worried about it too, to be quite honest, but it's actually not that bad. I thought it would be much worse though. I did assume worse than what I got, but it turned out to be okay. Do you take Monday off so you can wind down for the trip? Well, there was no way to take Monday off when I literally was traveling back on Monday. I was supposed to arrive Monday morning and then just head to work because it was going to be like a red eye. But I lost Monday from having to take a plane Monday morning and then basically arrive here in the evening. So I lost Monday to traveling and sleeping at the airport basically. Yeah, so yes, we have 2 things today. We are building the Propeller prototype from Takeoff Concept or Uniwolf. The Propeller was supposed to run sometime soon, but it got postponed. They're just ironing out some logistics and stuff, and they decided to postpone it until they are all set up for the run. So there was that. I think that was a responsible move, just making sure that all the logistics are straightened out. And then the second thing is we have a box from Omnitype, which, as you can expect, we have the Omnitype cherry sets. So those samples arrived today, and so yeah, we'll check it out. How long was the flight? The flight is about 5.5 hours. I think direct from SFO to JFK, so from San Francisco to New York is about 5.5 hour flight, because you're also going west to east, which takes the jet stream, so it's a little bit faster than going east to west. And then you also you also lose 3 hours because of the time zones. So, because there's a 3 hour difference between the West Coast and the East Coast, so basically you lose like a total of 8.5 hours in the travel. So you basically are traveling the whole day. If you leave at 9 a.m., then you're probably arriving around 5:30 or so, or 6 basically p.m. to your destination. And yes, LA itself is 6 hours driving from San Francisco, and that's like on a good day, like traffic wise. LA has so much traffic that you could get stuck and be there for like another 2-3 hours. So yeah. Pentagon, hello my friend. 8 months, thank you. What's poppin'? Hey, Friday. Good. LA bad? Yeah. Alright. So let's first start with this Omnitype box. It's humongous here. It's pretty heavy. But I'm just gonna have it here and then just kind of unbox it. I already just opened it just to make sure there was no sticking labels sticking out or anything weird like that. But I haven't really checked out any of the contents, so we're gonna check those out all together. All right. So we have the Omnitype Cherry 9009. Actually, you know what? Let's do something fun. I'm gonna take a picture of what I have here on my desk and put it on my Insta to tell people to come by. We have our Moto Light Omnitype Cherry set. And then this is the time I just whip out my phone and then take a picture here. And then just post it on my story saying like, hey y'all, we unboxing this ish. Unboxing the new Omnitype Cherry PVT sets live now. And then we can just say add link, twitch.tv lightning keyboards. Boom. Story added. And then they also sent out a bunch of desk pads. Let's see. There's this Omnitype desk pad. There's another Omnitype desk pad. There is another desk pad. And another desk pad. So, I must confess something. And my confession is that I don't buy desk mats anymore. I can't buy more desk mats anymore. Reason being that I have a lot of desk mats. I seem to have been sent some stickers. We have Mr. Jeeber with the 8008. We have a Moto Light sticker, another Moto Light sticker, and another Mr. Jeeber sticker. But yes, I have a lot of desk pads now, so it's hard to it's difficult to get more desk pads. I don't have the room to store them anymore. Yeah. Optimal Thawk? Yes, just stack all your desk pads and you get Optimal Thawk. Giveaway? Yes, I will be giving away a lot of stuff the next time I do like some kind of subathon sort of event. I think that would be nice. Just to clear out a bunch of stuff. So let's open some of these up though. I actually don't know what I'm expecting here. So I believe this is the new packaging for Omnitype's desk pads. They have these nice boxes they designed. So, you know, they kind of like, you know, all the little features that it has, and it's just a desk pad here inside. So, you know, standard desk pad size box. And then here looks like we have one of the new Chroma series desk pads. So this one's a color green. It's like a foresty green. Give to New Zealand, we're a poor bunch. Problem is shipping is so costly. The problem with desk pads is shipping. This desk pad shipping is probably crazy. It's crazy. Yo, Diego, you got all these? Yeah, I got these pre-phaser LCD 2s, man. I'm enjoying them a lot. They've been treating me nicely. Alright, and then we have this, you guys know the circle one. This is the 9009 circle one, I think, or the, wait. Yeah, this is the 9009 circle desk pad. Pretty iconic. The beige and the two accent colors, kind of like red and greenish, I guess, rather. Pre-phaser gang. Yeah, so somebody just happened to have a pre-phaser one at a good price. So I just picked them up while I could. This SMH icon needs to go. You can ask Drua. Drua, if you would like to delete the SMH one, you can do it, or just put it as a Pepe SMH. I don't know. if it's possible to rename. All right, this is kind of bluish desk pad, chroma desk pad, and then this one I guess is the red one. Yeah. So we kind of got the RGB series here. So does this mean that if I start with if I pad these desk pads and like, you know, put them in order of RGB like this, will it give me extra actions per minute power for gaming? Because I think that's exactly what this is supposed to be. Get my Razer keyboard and put my 3 desk pads and RGB, and then suddenly I'm like extremely good at games. But that's a lie, because I fucking suck at games. Reality check. Anyway, so that's cool. These I have to say I really like the simple color ones, because this is like, I mean, at least for me this is perfect. Like a nice flat surface with a simple color. It's gonna be a nice accent for, like, you know, things. But overall, if you just like a simple look, it's pretty nice to just have a desk pad that's like a single color. I mean, it does mean that if you like happen to have it dirty or something, it's gonna, you know, be very obvious. But it is nice to have like simple colorways like this. You need to use Tfue switches to game like Tfue? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But who said that I want a game like Tfue? I don't even play Fortnite. So anyway, the offer's on the table. 10 gifted subs for 5 free T-Word streams, 5-day free pass using T-Word on Discord. Look at Peaches doing basically major advertising for me. For Christian taking the bait. We love it. We love to see it. Mr. Christian takes the bait and is now a Thok carrying man with 10 gifted subs. Thank you so much, Christian. I appreciate it. I knew that you wanted to Thok so hard. None of that ball so hard business. We Thok so hard today. Let it out, guys. Let it out. Come on. Come on. Let it out. Chop, chop. Let it out. Thok. Again. Let's go. One more time. Thok. Thok. Thank you for gifting a sub to Mally as well. Thok on, brothers and sisters. Let's go. There is only one true Thok. Alright. So today we have this 9009 and Moto light set. You can do the exclamation OTC command. So that's Omnitype Cherry. That's what it stands for. Exclamation OTC to check out the command that links you to the newsletter, as well as the blog post that they had about the development of these Cherry Keycaps. But basically, this is going to be an in-stock release for these PBT Cherry Profile Keycaps. They pretty much used legends that they submitted for them, and so basically there's 2 sets. There is the 9009 set, which will be in icon, like Omnitype styled icon, modifiers and text bottom row, and then the Moto Light will basically have text plus icon modifiers for, like, you know, the majority of the mods, except for like the nav cluster and the bottom row and so on. But you've probably seen it on Botanical Round 2, Dual Shot Round 2, and so on. But that's the style of the modifiers for this one. But yeah, there's basically 2 different sets here that are going to be released on August 8th. And they're going to cost $84.99 at the base price, plus, you know, shipping, tax, whatever it is. And regional vendors will also have it, so it won't only be for it won't only be for Omnitype. So they'll be released through other vendors as well. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but I think that is correct. There are, of course, some quality disclaimers that I've gotten that I can share with you guys, just to kind of like tell you more about like what kind of standards to expect and so on. But the overall the overall gist of it, I'll just kind of tell you right now, I'm like looking at it here, is that legends can be slightly unaligned because of the PVT die sub. There might be some amount of feathering or bleed, which happens in PVT die sublimation as well. And then for like reverse die sublimation, sometimes the colors kind of appear slightly faded and so on because of the way certain colors blend in with the others when the dies come together. When the die comes together with the color of the keycap and so on. Sometimes there can be a slight amount of warping, which as you know is pretty typical of longer keycaps on PVT sets. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, sometimes reverse die sub also has some fading, but it depends on the color of the reverse die. What is feathering? Feathering is basically like if you look very closely at the edges of a feather, the edges are not quite like, it's not a straight line. It appears slightly fuzzy. So that slight amount of fuzziness is what people call feathering. Yeah, like a feather of like a bird. Anyway, so all right, let's open up first the 90091 since we just have here. Peaches or Diego, can you copy paste command add vanish command? Sure. Oh. Wait, why would I do that? Wait, but okay, well, fine. Goodbye, Drua. Goodbye. Okay, so this is the set. So it comes in this box. So this box has 9009. Says OTC 9009 keycap set, 166 keycaps, die sub PVT icon modifier legends. And we have here description of Omnitype, their address and whatnot, and layout coverage. Let me see if I can show this up close, but layout coverage, and then material, PVT, die sub legends, cherry profile, and then the sculpting of the profile. And the rest is just kind of wrapping all the way around the box. The packaging is pretty nice and simple, nothing too crazy. The inside box now is just all black, just says Omnitype and OTC. That's pretty much it. And then it has two here little clasps, or made out of cardboard. And then actually, yeah. And then you just open it up. And then you have first a little piece of foam that covers the top layer of keycaps. So here we have our first layer of keycaps in this tray. This is pretty cool. First of all, what I'm noticing right away is that there is another piece of foam underneath it that is clasped by these little nubs, indentations that goes into the plastic. So the foam kind of stays in place when it's inside of the box, and the plastic is shaped. It has it's like indented on the inside, so it kind of grabs onto the next stack. Is that the famous Diego? Lizao, hello, how's it going? Oh wait, Raid. Oh shit, Raid. Oh, Mr. Alex. Oh, hello, 258 viewers. Thank you so much. Hello Raiders, how's it going? You're here just right on time. We're unboxing these Omnitype sets, and so these arrived today, and these are the Omnitype cherry sets. Exclamation OTC is a command just to get info on the newsletter, as well as the blog post detailing about them. And then yeah, we're just gonna check them out today. Bexki, hello Diego, ¿cómo te encuentras en este lindo viernes? Muy bien, muchas gracias por preguntar. Estoy bien. Esta semana estoy un poco loca, pero bueno, estoy bien. X. Tranquilo. Anyway, so here we are. We have 9009, as you can see, is the usual beige color. I actually have some beige over here, so we can compare. Like, this is OG cherry though, so it's not quite the. I'm not even sure if you could say it's like the gold standard or not, but it's just OG cherry beige, so pretty much pretty close. Color wise, same with the cream color, it's pretty much the same. It's very close, maybe slightly lighter on this, but then again, OG Cherry also can have slightly yellowing and variation because of, you know, just the years of being exposed. So yeah. Are the headphones Audeze LCD 2s? Yes, these are Audeze LCD 2s pre-phaser. They're the open, open ones. So yeah. Wow, are those stickered MX Blacks? They indeed are stickered MX Blacks. Yes. Qué bueno, pero estamos aquí pasándola bien. Qué bueno, qué bueno. All right, so yeah. Come on, focus. Camera. Do your work, please. So, this is 9009 OTC, Omnitype Cherry 9009. And as you can see, the homing caps are a very, very fine, bar, J and F and J keycaps. So let's actually take this out here. So let's take a look at some of the keys inside. So I'm gonna maybe take out some of the, so here the backspace, maybe some of the top row and the bottom row. And then maybe we can take a look at the shift key over here and one of the modifiers here, just to kind of take a look at everything. So this is the butt for the keycaps here. So what's kind of nice is that you get labeling. So R1 in this particular case is referring to the bottom row. I think they're going by numbers from the bottom to the top, but R1 is basically bottom row, and then 275 is referring to the size of the keycap. The supports look really nice. It does appear... Ooh, are these actually recessed? That's kind of cool. Okay, so one cool thing I'm noticing right away is that these keycaps actually do have recessed stems. So if you are putting this set on, you know, a keyboard, some PBT sets will have the stem pretty much exactly flat against the, you know, at the same level of the bottom of the key, which basically means that they might sit a little bit taller compared to GMK. GMK has slightly recessed stems, which is why they kind of sit a little bit lower into the bezels, into the edges of the board. But these do have recessed stems, which is pretty neat. The supports look very nice and clean. There is no injection mold marks at the back or anything. They appear to be all at the bottom. So that's pretty neat. Yeah, so this the modifiers appear to be quite straight as well from a first glance, at least. The lines just appear very straight. As you can see, there's not much warping at the backspace either. Neither at this shift key. Not much banana kind of warping, which you could see in some BSP sets or sometimes EPBT. This is very good. The texture, yes. The texture. So for the texture of the set, let's see. It has a little bit of texture. So if I can compare it here, it does have a little bit of texture to it. You can see there's a little bit of graininess, right? I would say it's not quite smooth like CRP, let's say. CRP is very, very smooth. And so is like OG Cherry or GMK, for example. I would say it has a small amount of grippiness, but it is not like rough. I mean, you definitely feel a little bit of like sandiness, like grippiness to it, but it's not rough, like completely rough. It's not like your Leopold double shot PBT can be pretty rough. So I don't expect these to kind of show a lot of the scratches or things like that. So pretty good. How do they compare to GMK 9009? Colorway wise, these are pretty much the same. So, you know, if I just take, you know, one of the color chips, right? So I actually have some color chips here for GMK, right? I mean, color chips also can shift in color over time, but, you know, if I take the U9 and L9 chips here, which are the same as the GMK 9009, the U9 one here, if we compare it, it's pretty much very, very close. right? So the colors are pretty close. Maybe yeah, it's barely a bit lighter, not even. Very hard to tell the difference, really. And then the same with the cream color, right? So the cream color here, it's also quite close. Maybe a little bit lighter on this PBT set, but again, the Legend is like a very, it's not as pitch black as the one at the front of this GMK top print, but you know, still pretty good. Still pretty good. How do these compare to Canon caps? Ooh, that's a good question. I do have some Canon cap sets, or at least I've seen some of them. I would say maybe the Canon cap sets are... They might be actually kind of similar to them, but I can check. Alright, so overall it does look... Can you compare to every set in the world real quick? Easy clap. I wish I could, but it's not gonna be that easy. I mean, I can bring some stuff out. So anyway, let's just check out the compatibility for a second, and then I'll bring some other sets out to sort of compare there. Yes, I did have a build before. So this one comes with 3 trays. So the first 2 trays are basically the base compatibility with some ISO enters, as you can see here. Includes an F13 key, print scroll pause, delete end page down, all that good stuff, numpad, navigation keys. And then on the last tray, we have all the compatibility kits, keys, my bad. So we have step caps lock over here. We have scooped F and J. Okay, this is nice. This is cool. We have scoops. We have scoops. We have pure scoops. Wait, this is so exciting. We have pure scoops. I love scoops. Okay, I'm a scoop. I'm a scoop FJ user. Okay. If you don't like it, that's fine. I don't mind that you have a different preference from my own. But I'm a scoop user, so I appreciate that they have FJ scoop. Come on, focus. But yeah, scoops, very nice. Nips avail, this is a family-friendly stream. Yeah, scoops very nice. Of course, we have our 1U type key. We have different accents with the Omnitype logo. We have, oh yes, we have the good old 1U backspace, Buxpu, mi favorito. I'm being a little sarcastic there, but it's okay. We have the command, R3. We also have, let's see, we have split space bars. This is, I'm assuming this is 225, 275, and 3U. And then there's an extra B for Alice layout. And then we have 7U bottom row layouts, 1U control and function and split, right shift, and 1800 support, modifier tilde and mod tilde and mod pipe, and extra numpad keys as well as some of the ISO support that you might need. So yeah, pretty much comes with a very large amount of compatibility, which is pretty nice. Wait, is that compat tray part of the base? Yes, this is all in one. These are all in one sets. These are all in one sets. Yes, seriously, guess I'll watch ads instead of subbing. Fucking scoop lover. Okay, buddy. That's fair. If you have that preference, that's also fine. Scoop plus bar though, like EPVT style? No, these are scoop only. These are pure scoop keycaps. So these have no barred homing on it at all. So this is pure scoop or pure bar. So pretty nice. We can give these a try towards the end of the stream once we have it all built up. The OG Cherry Way, yeah. So Diego, since you have this in person, would you buy them? So, well, I'll tell you my honest answer. I wouldn't buy them in the sense that I already have the colorways in GMK. But let's say assuming, barring the fact that I have them, if I didn't have the colorway at all, I had no beige sets, and I was looking for a beige set, $85 US plus shipping for a large amount of compatibility and pretty nice keycaps. Like, texture is pretty solid. It's not too smooth. It's not, actually, it's pretty smooth. It's really nice. So it's not too rough. I actually don't like very rough textured keycaps, personally. They kind of feel a little too sandy for my fingers. Just don't really like it over time. I actually do it, like, I'm okay with, like, ABS shine, for example, so that kind of tells you a little bit of that. So I personally would probably lean towards buying, yes, if I didn't have a base set or a Moto Light-like set that I wanted. Because the compatibility is good, okay? And the price is pretty fair, I think. Overall, from what I'm seeing here, though, it's like the modifiers are also very nice and straight. Like, this looks really good, at least at a glance. Like, I'm just gonna put it on my table here. Don't really see any kind of like warping on the table. Like, it doesn't like make sounds. Sorry, it's like on the side of the dust mat. But yeah, so it looks pretty good. So I think for the compatibility and for all that, you know, aside from the fact that I maybe own the colorway already, I think I would lean towards buying it, yes. But would I right now? Probably not, because I already have the colorway. So yeah. Is this just chamois? So I don't think so, because it doesn't have the sprue marks. The blanks themselves don't look the same as chamois, from what I can see. It has recessed stems too, which I believe chamois does not have recessed stems. So I think the recessed stems alone already tell me that it's probably not chamois, and it's also not a stick, yeah. But recessed stems is a huge thing. PBT with recessed stems is not common. This has recessed stems, like actual cherry profile. So pretty good. Wish they did regular Moto and not Moto Light. So the reason for that is because if you did regular Modern Dolch and you wanted to do it dye sublimated, you would have to reverse dye sub the entire set. So for those of you who don't know how dye sublimation works, basically you are putting a darker dye on a lighter base. You're sublimating it, which basically you're vaporizing it, and then it gets injected into the keycap, so it basically permanently gets etched into the keycap. Not quite etched, but rather just it sublimates into it, so it becomes part of the keycap. So the legends can fade over a long period of time. Maybe if you like use it for years and years and years, gets exposed to the sun, gets exposed to a bunch of stuff. Sure, might fade in many years. But dye sublimation typically won't fade over time. It also just generally, like, you don't feel any kind of texture to it because it's like inside of the cap, basically. It's part of the cap. And you can only do darker dyes on lighter bases. That's regular dye sublimation. If you want to do reverse dye sublimation, which is to do, basically you need to take a lighter base keycap and then you basically have to do the legends first on the lighter base, and then you're basically like masking away the legends with a darker dye. So that's reverse dye sublimation. And basically reverse dye sublimation, that's more complex because you're exposing the whole keycap to this dye. And that's why for like a colorway that requires a darker base and a lighter legend, you have to do reverse dye sublimation. It takes a lot of work. And for a long time, we just simply didn't have the tech to do it. At least for keycaps anyway. It was kind of recent when like UPT started doing it, and then some other manufacturers started doing it. But I would say it's like a more recent thing. Like more recent meaning like in the past 3 years maybe. But I haven't quite seen a lot of reverse dye sub out there. Is it on par with original GMK? I mean, as far as the color goes, and the quality of the caps is pretty good, so sure, but PBT is inherently different from ABS, so I would never put the ABS to PBT apples to apples, basically. That comparison is basically not even... It's not fair because it's not the same. They're just completely different materials. They sound differently, they feel differently, the density is different, so there's that. But color wise and like how they appear to me, at least at a first glance, this is the first time I'm seeing these. They look pretty good. Yeah. These are OG dye sub. To be honest, these, just because the price is so much accessible, OG dye subs are hard to find, and they're also expensive because they're hard to find, because rare and collectors and all that, limited layouts, all that kind of stuff. So if I had the option to get like CRP or like the recent PBT stuff, like nice PBT Keycaps, this other options, I would get those if I were entering the hobby right now. No brainer, because it has all the compatibility in all these different colorways now for a very cheap price. So yeah. But yeah, recess stems. Pretty impressed about that. So I'm just gonna show you the Moto one as well, just so that we can like at least just get 2 colorways shown here. And we can talk more about the little minutiae about the sets as we go. Love finding mechanical keyword streamers, Bonky093, welcome, welcome. Nice PBT over this, I think they're both comparable. Personally, I've seen nice PBT improving a lot. For example, like nice PBT and Keycaps, both of them, like for example, right? Like I mean, sure, they're competitors, right? But I think for the price, they all offer very competitive deals. Like, you know, they offer good layout support. They offer, you know, pretty crisp legends on pretty nice quality PBT keycaps. You know, in the case of like nice PBT and stuff, there's a lot of like those novelties that you get. So they can be pretty cute sets that they've released so far. Same with Keycaps, right? Keycaps has been working on improving their legends, which is a huge step forward in my opinion. Like the new Keycaps Dark 9009 Dark is a pretty huge step for them. The legends look really good on that set, at least in my opinion. And yeah, I think like as far as the color matching or like the color work goes into the, you know, the plastic and all that, it's been pretty solid. Like I haven't seen like fading or like a lot of feathering and that kind of stuff, like a lot of problems that you could see typically in, you know, keycaps, like color problems or like legend problems. I haven't seen much of that. So I think right now, like we have great options for very accessible prices, which is something that I think is amazing about entering the hobby at this stage. Like entering the hobby right now is such a good thing. Like it's so much easier to get things in stock, available, and all that at pretty good prices, in my opinion. But that said, I've also been in the hobby for 6 years, 5.5 years or so, and so I have a different perspective about the hobby, in the sense that when I started, they're not readily available, or the layout was limited, and that kind of stuff. You had to like look for different options a lot of the time. Yeah. So many options though. So much better than GMK or Taobao. So in my opinion, I think GMK has its own place though. There's really nothing to beat the quality of ABS double shot keycaps that GMK does, with the amount of crisp quality and like, you know, like the crisp legends and the quality control they have on the colors, and just overall, like for how many keycaps they produce, they do really well. Right? Sure, they're not cheap at all. They're not cheap, but I think for when it's ABS, they really excel at what they do. So comparing ABS and PBT is just not a fair comparison though, in my opinion, because the materials just behave differently too. All right. Yeah, beige aside, I haven't seen anything come close to GMK colors. Maybe SP. Yeah, right. So SP also, because they also work with ABS double shot, right? And they do great work too, although they're local to the United States, so, you know, labor might be more expensive and the scaling is different and all that. And also they use different profiles, so you won't find cherry profile specifically for SP. You like Signature Plastics is SP, by the way. They do the SA sets, DSA sets, DCS, and other ones, G20 and other profiles. But yeah, I want to see GMK do PBT. Hopefully they might, maybe at some point. GMK spacers are hella warped these days. I have to say, I have had, I'll say, you could say mixed experiences, but I generally haven't had a lot of warping issues with spacers from GMK. A lot of the time does have to do with how you mount them, and like, for example, sometimes if you're using like a screw-in stabilizer, loosening a little bit of the screw-in stab and like just tightening it just barely finger tight sometimes helps, because sometimes the tightness of how the stabilizer is placed and the, you know, maybe the warping of the keycap itself, if it's actually warped, can have just bad interactions. But it's like, it's definitely is susceptible to some problems here and there, yeah. Who else makes double shot ABS besides GMK? Are there ABS in-stock sets? Don't really find much of that, no. Are OTC's 1.5mm thickness? It seems like it, yes. So I actually do have calipers, which I need to put a battery into. But I believe it is 1.5mm. Yeah, I can just double check for you. Yeah, it's like, given plus minus variation, it basically measures between 1.45 and 1.55. So it basically averages out to 1.5mm thickness here. Yeah, so let's see. Yep. Yeah, so it basically is measuring out to 1.5 almost, like plus minus 0.05. I think it's basically what it is. Because there's always some tolerance for you know, for plastics and whatnot, but yeah, it's basically 1.5 plus minus 0.05 or something like that. Okay, so this is Modern Dolce Light for this OTC or Omnitype Cherry. Mason with the shitpost. So here we have our icon plus text caps lock, which just says caps. We have this, so this is text plus icon for Modern Dolce Light. The legends are very similar to the way it looks on GMK. Definitely, like, okay, like, sure, if you look closely, some of these legends may not align quite as perfectly as you might expect, but I can see if I can show this. Also, this is not a perfectly flat surface, so let me see. Can I do this on this? Okay. You know, like the 8 and the 9 here don't align perfectly next to each other, right? And these are, for example, things that you might want to consider in your quality standards. Like if you're buying a set that's PBT die sub, don't expect perfect alignment. That's actually very common. You'll see this even in cherry sets, OG Cherry. You'll see this in everything. Like pretty much every set I've ever bought that's PBT die sub has had minor alignment issues here and there. So just expect that. Don't need to be super perfectionist, but again, OG types of caps locks, yeah, they look like they're gonna fall off. What rows are they doing? It's 1 2 3 4 4. Yeah, 1 1 2 3 4 4. My bad. So 1 1 2 3 4 4 is going to be the row profile for this. Let's see. So again, recessed stems, which is pretty sweet. And the compatibility is pretty much the same. So you get numpad and accents. And then here you also get a lot of accents, scoops, and you also get a bunch of different modifiers. For example, here we have 2 different options for caps lock. There's a text-only caps lock. There's a text plus icon caps lock, and then there's a command. I actually don't know why this wasn't just command, like in full word. There should be. There's a lot of space for the word. I feel like this could just be extended to full command, and this could be just extended to full control. But that's just me. One thing I personally was not quite happy, to be honest, but that I also thought was valid to say is that the caps lock looks a little bit cramped in step caps lock form. It's a little too close, like the icon and the text is very, very close. Like, I mean, if you compare the separation of the text between these two, right? It's obvious that this command key has much bigger separation between the first letter and the icon, right? But you know, something that when you do a stepped key legend, you're gonna run out of space. So personally, I'm a big fan of just saying caps lock in 2 lines is fine, to be honest. The traditional, like, cherry way is okay. Like, another one that I personally am not a huge fan of is this one, but that I think it could either just be a longer arrow, but, you know. Oh, Lizao, I demand a kiss for the missed sub. Huge smooch. Anyway, thank you so much for the 2 months. Appreciate the resub. And let's see, how's the texture compared to other PBT sets? So let's get to that, shall we? Let me see. So I'll tell you now, I don't even have to take out CRP. CRP is noticeably smoother. But I can maybe I have a couple of other sets probably that I can maybe show you. Give me 1 sec. CRP is noticeably smoother than this though, texture-wise. Give me 1 sec, I'll be right back. Alright, so I brought like, this is Keycaps 9009 Dark, which just recently went in stock. And I'm just gonna compare the texture as I was asked. So maybe what I'm gonna do is, do this, let's see. Maybe just do, so I don't have to hold all these things at once. Maybe what I'm gonna do is just compare that. So I've previously used the Keycaps Dark set. If you want to check it out, you can just check out the build stream for the Clavier Alice that I did. That one should have the 9009 Dark caps. Just don't want to go too much into that detail, because it would take quite some time, so I'm just gonna do a few. Let's just take the same number keys. This is nice PBT November fog. Let's do that, and then all right, and maybe I'll just grab this. Compare. So texture-wise, they're pretty similar, to be honest. It's at least my first impression, so sorry about my fingers, they look kind of ugly. Okay, I'm gonna rank these in terms of smoothness. So I would say Keycaps 9009 Dark here is smoother than the rest. But between Nice PBT and the OTC, they're very close. Very, very close. They both have a slight amount of grippiness to it, where it's not particularly, like, it's not sandy like texture, but it's also not completely smooth. So somewhere along the middle, I would say more on the smoother side than the sandy or like rough side. But yeah, overall pretty smooth, just not like not particularly like Not like CRP. I think Keycaps, this Keycaps is way smoother than the others though, than the other two. But that said, I mean, it's hard. Yeah, no, Keycaps is definitely smoother than the other two in terms of texture. So yeah, that gives you an idea, just a general idea. I think in typing though, it won't quite matter that much. I personally do prefer like slightly smoother textures though, so I think I would probably prefer like the Keycaps like texture here. But that said, it's pretty minor to me. I think if I'm using PBT, I'm already expecting a slight amount of roughness to the plastic. Just given that I've seen a bunch of sets and they all kind of feel that they're gonna have a bit of that texture to them. Except for maybe CRP, which I've seen that they've been pretty consistently smooth. I think the first round were a little bit rougher than the others, but the rest of them have been very, very smooth. Okay, so that's what I have. At least keycap wise. And yeah, I mean, whether you prefer one or the other, I think the best way to tell is to just kind of see what you like colorway wise. But quality wise, I think they all pretty compare, like they compare pretty well to each other. Here's the other box. But the nice part about these, like for example, like one thing that I don't notice on this is that this does not have a recessed stem on these nice CVT caps. So I do like the recessed stem on these OTC ones. It makes it a true cherry profile, which is really neat. All cherry MX caps are pretty smooth compared to other Switch systems PVT caps. Yeah. This is true actually. Yeah. Vinkeys is totally right about that. A lot of other systems keycaps, like PVT keycaps, are definitely rougher than cherry MX stuff that I've seen as well. So alright, I think that pretty much concludes that part, unless I've missed any questions or concerns, but yeah. Where's OTC Dolce R5? Again, same answer as the modern Dolce one. Reverse dye subs hard to work with, so darker base with brighter legends will be rare to see on PBT, at least for full sets. Do we try Domi keycaps? I have not tried Domi keycaps. I have neither tried Domi Key, Geek Arc, Milky Way. I only saw it so briefly, but it was for like a giveaway, but I saw it very, very briefly, so I don't really remember them too well. Milky Way. So unfortunately, I don't have that on hand to show you. Where's OTC track? Yeah, well. Alrighty. Domikey's legends are a little inconsistent. Geekark had really tight stems. I see. JTK? But JTK doesn't count quite because JTK also is ABS double shot or triple shot. But yeah, I don't find comparing PBT and ABS keycaps that fair. Like just completely different tech in that sense. Because the plastics just behave differently under pressure, essentially. Domikey's ABS though, yeah, I mean for the same reason I wouldn't compare those two. JDK legends are also have issues, yeah. Like they have a lot of inconsistencies here and there, which is something that I don't like about JDK in general. Like alignment and like thickness, like font kerning, things like that. DMK spacebar is curved, looks like a little bit different from Cherry. I see. Said Adomiki, they're deeper sounding than my GMK. Legend quality not perfect, but half price and in stock. Yeah, I mean that's fair. Alright, so today we are building this keyboard with Gateron CJs. I would definitely want to try them out though, yeah, Mally. Okay, we have a FR4 plate, but we're actually going to use the brass plate today because I was asked to. And then here's our daughterboard cable, it looks like. I'm going to guess the daughterboard's inside of the case or inside of the PCB bag. I just have a hard time using anything other than GMK. Yeah, I think also, I mean, habits, if you are used to something very specifically, it will definitely skew how you see other things. Alright, so we have a silver and red colorway case. It appears we have a red base and a silver top. So this is the Propeller by Takeoff Concepts, or Yoni Wolf. This is a simple top mount configuration keyboard. It has only 2 mounting points, which is rather interesting. I mean, sorry, 4 mounting points, 2 on each side, which is rather interesting. I've never seen only 4 for a top mount board. The bottom has these, I think these are scuff feet, the SKUF universal feet, and the propeller engraving over here in the middle. And we have our USB port here. I actually like how it appears like accented at the USB port. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Pretty interested to see how this pans out. So let's try it out. Gonna go thok off to Chick-fil-A for a bit. Toodles! Oh, Chick-fil-A, sounds good. Have a good one, Hinker. Is that a 60%? Yes, this is a 60% indeed. This is indeed a 60%. I feel like I need to buy this since that propeller was made by my company. Oh, really? That's funny. Diego, what's the clackiest switch for the sequence? Clacky? I would use something like Zaku's, maybe? Super clacky. I remember trying the... Was it the portal? The portal and the sequence are the same, right? 65% from the... What are the... Oh my god, what are they called? Who makes them? Name is at the tip of my tongue. Anyway, the guys who make the portal and the sequence. Parallel, thank you. Parallel, yes. Parallel, but I remember I built a parallel portal 65 and I put Zaku's and that thing was loud. That thing was loud AF. I would recommend Zaku's if you want something loud. Or yeah, long pole in general. Definitely like Reds or anything long pole like that. I mean, Agile. I mean, actually, did you come in here from Mr. Alex's stream? I mean, he just built some with, he just built a Mode 80 with, moon switches, right? The moon switches have, long pole stems too, so those should be pretty clacky too, I think. Oh yeah, SP star switches tend to be pretty clacky, I think a lot of people will say, like it tends to sound a little bit higher pitch and whatnot. So that might also work. Oh. The daughterboard's inside of the case? Okay, let's open up the case then. What's the ratio of clack to thok? Are you really Christian Thongs? Is it an imposter here? I believe Christian Thok would not be asking me about ratios of clack to thok. It would have to be 0 to 1 for Christian Thok. So I think you are an imposter. That's kinda sus. I thought the T word is banned. So it is no longer banned for 5 streams thanks to successful donation of 10 gifted subs by Mr. Christian Thoughts, who has unbanned the word for 5 streams. The unspoken rule of the T word has been lifted. Thanks to the contributions of one of our moderators, Peaches. Which stream out of 5 are we on tonight? Number 1. I walked so others can run. Tonight we walk on the shoulders of giants. We stand on the shoulders of giants. Fox to Christian. Wait, that's it? All you have to do is give 10 subs? Yeah, I think 10. It was whatever Miss Peaches decides to do, because she's the rule enforcer. Okay, I'm not the one enforcing these rules. It's actually Miss Peaches who is, and the other moderators if they are willing. So yeah. Oh, this is interesting. No wonder I was like, oh, it's cool that the bottom is an accent piece, and as you can see, the bottom has this. The bottom is actually cut right here, so it has this cut. Here at the cutout, so your USB port is actually the color of the bottom case, which is pretty cool, honestly. It appears we are using the same screwdriver for everything, which is an M2. So here I'm using an M2 screwdriver for everything, and I'm gonna take off the daughter board right now. Pretty nice to use the same screwdriver for everything. I think it's kind of like a little quality of life improvement in a way, but I personally do prefer the case screws to be M2.5 or above, personally, but this is okay too. How many gifted subs to immediately reinstate the ban? Oh my god. Cruel. Abstraction layer really going for the reverse the reverse Uno card. That is not Thaki. Oh damn. Nice. I don't know. I only let the jurisdiction of this rule is not mine. It's all under one of the moderators or the moderator team in general. They can decide whatever they want. So for today's PC, we have the Heine H60 V2. So this is just the newest version of the Heine H60 PCB, has MX and ALPS compatibility, and pretty much all the layouts that you want, ISO or ANSI, including split space bars as well. So yeah. And let's test this out. I'm not that cruel. Oh boy. I see. If I become a janitor here, I vow to untime out whoever Peaches unfairly times out. Fair. Does the question is, does Drew actually want to become a janitor? Do you want to become local janitor, Drew? Do the people want Drew as local janitor? That is the real question. Alright, let's check out here via... I also vowed to send Christian to the void. Cruel indeed. Alright, here we have our H60 layouts. So I believe I was asked to do certain layout. So let me double check that. Let's see. Step caps lock, 2.25U regular shift, 625U spacebar, long right shift, and split backspace. Whoa, okay. Split backspace, long right shift, long left shift, and 6.25U bottom row. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so then the pipe and the tilde and then backspace. Yeah, sure. I guess that's fine. What I don't like about this layout is how the function key is down here. So I'm just gonna move it for my own sake. Just gonna do right control here and then the layer key here instead. Just so I can have access to arrows and control. Backlight toggle, don't need it. Reset, don't need it. Media keys, don't need it. Alright, and let's program delete. Let's program our F row in. And then let's program our print screen and our arrow keys. Up, left, right, down, page up, home, end, page down, and caps lock. Caps lock, there we go. Alright, that's good. And then our key tester. Oh, Mr. Ankit, hello, how's it going? Never seen long right shift and split backspace together? I've never seen long right shift, split backspace, and 625U in the same board, yeah. Normally I've seen 7U with long right shift. Or actually, well, or standard ANSI, you know, like full backspace, long, like, you know, long right shift, ANSI enter and everything. But 7U only, I guess, if it has win keyless blockers. But otherwise, yeah. Definitely a rare combo. But again, I respect the layout that the designer chooses because that's not my board anyway. So if you have concerns with the layout, don't bring it up to me. It is not my choice. Okay. Alright, great. Everything works, which is sick. It's via now. For legal reasons, wait, what? For legal reasons, everything I have said in the last minute was a joke. For legal reasons. This disclaimer informs shadows that the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in the text were a joke and no way reflect to the streamer, Twitch, Keep committee, or any other groups or individuals. Funny, funny. So what is your verdict on making me a janitor? I'll let the public decide. How about that? Poll. Drua. Okay, so it's Drua, Point. No, it's janitor? Twitch janitor. Yay, nay. Thought. But yes. Easiest vote. Why not? I won't deny the I won't decline the application of someone who actually wants to volunteer. They're just bidding their time. I also I've known Drew for a while. I wouldn't mind having him around. Oh no. Oh boy. Has the regret set in yet, Drew? Is this regret or is this worse than that? Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Let's see. So I want 625 left shift, enter right shift. I think Drew is gonna become a janitor today. Successful janitor position acquired. Drew, do be pretty chaotic neutral. It'll be fine. He'll be fine, Copium. It'll be okay, Copium. Is the janitor icon a broom instead of a sword? True. Christian, what do you vote for scientific reasons? I made that in Tejas chat. Yeah, I'm okay with that being a janitor icon. If you really want it. I saw that I actually cracked up. I thought it was hilarious. Easy vote. 21-2. That's a pretty overwhelming majority. What do you think, Drew? Do you accept or do you decline? You can freely decline, by the way. It's a landslide vote. Yeah, it's a landslide vote. You can feel free to decline, though. But, like, actually. I don't mind. There's not much to moderate, anyway. I think. Maybe? Sure? You don't have a choice that people have spoken. Time to leave after the damage. Famous last words. Oh boy. Am I hearing the backpedaling? The sounds of a strong backpedaling? I did not know that Drew was such an avid cyclist. He needs to start. He'll stick with my rules. I mean, yeah. I mean, you should respect each other's opinions and be civil and whatnot. I mean, if you're not, I mean, you know, it's an instant kick. Easy clap. All right, let's get my 205 grade 0, which I think is here. What stabs are those? These are Staebies indeed. Yes. Oh wait, no, that's 3204. It is true though that mod seniority does exist in the sense that, you know, y'all should agree on what you're trying to do. You can't just come in and create chaos, my friend. Yo, Krusty, what's up? Oh shit, it's Propeller? Yeah, I tried to let Yoni know that I was doing this. But he did say I should do it on my own time, so here I am. Drew is not my president. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. What to expect? Oh, that's why? Yeah. I just wanted to let him know if he was around. I saw he was online like a few hours ago, but then he kind of disappeared. So my dictatorship brought 20 subs to the stream. This is true. Peaches is not wrong. Peaches is doing effective marketing here. Wait, I got worked? Well, you got your palm set, I guess. You're celebrating, that's all. 91.3% of chat has voted in my favor. And Christian got pleased. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. I mean, I appreciate Christian. Whether he did this out of wanting to provide freedom to fellow chatters or just to himself is a mystery. Or perhaps yet it is still a mystery whether it was just for the little boost. Whether he did it for me or not, I will never know. Thok on brothers. We love Thok. I did this to support a keyboard streamer. Okay, fine. I'll take that. We take those. We take those. Thank you, Christian. May your thoughts be ever in your favor. That bogan making me feel things. It's a very cool one, that's for sure. It was my first and only win. Oh no, second. First win out of 2 now. I won a blink the other day. The other day meaning, was it yesterday? Yesterday. Pretty excited about that one. Very cool. And for tacos soon, TM, I might actually go and get some tacos, to be quite honest. I'm actually kind of craving some. Haven't had some in a bit. I'm kind of craving some. They're not cheap anymore though. I haven't been since they raised the price to $4 per taco. And then I feel like I'm gonna go and find out that they're even more expensive now. I hope not, but who knows, man. Who knows? Let's try to find cheap. What do you mean try to find cheap? There's no such thing anymore here in New York City. So it's a lost cause, man. I've tried to find cheap and I don't find cheap anymore. Big scam. I want to get tacos before semester starts? You should. You wanna come out here to get some tacos? But again, I told you, they only work evenings. They only work evenings, so you have to come up in the evening. And it's also kind of far from you, so good luck. Oh wait, but if you have a car, you could just yeah, if you have a car, it's probably easier. Take the bridge. $4 a taco, not Thok? I mean, you say this as a person on the West Coast, so it's kind of rigged. West Coast pricing for tacos kind of rigged. Same with like Texas or whatever. Bro, the toll? Oh, that's true. There's a toll. Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Okay, never mind then. East Coast price is not very thocky, yeah. Well, East Coast city prices to be specific. Because there are places in the East Coast that are not that pricey. It's just East Coast city prices. Like this includes Boston, New York, other places like DC. Elite tacos, yeah. I take the lure and MTA. Yeah, that's a long ride for you. Worth? Fair enough. Why don't you do it? Based on how this week went, I might PTO my New York City plus Pittsburgh trip. I need a break. Let's go. Let's go, Mason. By the way, Diego, if you want the mop and bucket mod icon, you have to give $5 to FFC first. Oh, is that right? Wait, is it a permanent, Drew? It's not a sub, right? It's permanent, right? It's a permanent donation, right? One-time fee? One-time fee? Deal. Not one-time fee? No deal. You can technically make the mod like anything you want. One-time fee? Okay, wait. Does it cost me $5 every time I do it? Oh, VIP icon. Ooh. Ooh. That is good. Okay, fine. $5 for that convenience, I'll do it. Easy. Yo, $5 for Twitch Entertainment? Sign me up. Isn't that literally what we do here on Twitch? Pay $5 for extra entertainment? Okay, I mean, I'm sorry to all my subscribers. If you paid $5 expecting entertainment from me, oh boy. Oh boy! You may have made a mistake. Dad's bitch! Mr. Heine with the 250 tacos. 250 bits, yo. 250 bits is $2.50, which actually is the same as a what $5 subscription, I guess technically. Dance and I'll throw a bit for every 10 seconds. So I just have to dance mediocre in a mediocre way. For like, I don't know. For a very long time to ever get anything substantial. Wait, I thought the $5 was for the chorizo picante. Oh man. Y'all are hilarious. Okay, I'll discontinue renewal. Holy shit. Derp Turbo. Savage. Also, wait, Derp Turbo, but are you sub right now? Oh, watching the video. Oh, never mind. Different icon. I have to do a minimum of 10 bits. Oh, get wrecked, son. Torque for us? I can't torque for shit. How would you know if I can't twerk for shit? Because I used to be like in a dance thing, and I tried and I failed really poorly. So I will never try again, because practice makes perfect. This is true, but I rather not embarrass myself any further. I don't know. Diego do got a bit of a dump truck. Wow. Whoa. 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 Okay. Okay. Are you calling me? Wow. Okay. Is that how it is? Insti? Gee, rude. Switch Rex for Babylon. I'm thinking I might try Cotton Candy switches. Cotton Candy pretty good. Durock Palms also nice, but Durock Palms more so if you like a more clacky kind of long pole like experience. Let me see. Cotton Candy switches are those didn't Peaches try those? Cotton Candy switch. Let me just double check. Let's see, lubeswitches.com. Light tactile. Ooh, okay. Light tactile. Lightly lubed from factory. JWK. I'm kind of leaning towards that light tactile. I kind of would try that light tactile. I really like them. Oh, Mr. Matt, how are you? I saw your reel on the standard. Looked really clean, man. Good stuff. I haven't tried those? Never mind. I got confused with something else then. Yo, what's up, Effie? Respectfully looking? Okay. So you were just respectfully looking at NorCal meetup? Insti, do you even come to say hi to me? Oh, thanks, that was a fun... Almost did? Wow. Is that how it is, man? Damn. Stop trolling me, I'll never forget. Yo. Wow, Insti actually kind of toxic, bro. Wooing all these content creators only to end up disappointing them with much feelings of betrayal. The sadness that provoked, that swelled up in us upon knowing that Insti just did such terrible things. Gasp. He saw it dump you on purpose. Oh, someone redeemed the Totoro typing test. Okay. Haven't done that in a long time, I think. I don't think Matt has even ever been around here. Yo, Venkeys! Thank you so much for the 100 bits. Aura too strong. My neighbor Diego, bro. Bruh. Need to talk harder? Does it talk harder? If I bring my neighbor to type. Talk these nuts. I would have had a chance, Mr. Heine, if you had gone to NorCal. It's okay, maybe at Novel Keys meetup. Maybe at Novel Keys meetup. Actually, I still haven't decided how I'm gonna figure out the Novel Keys thing. It kind of depends on the timing. Hope it doesn't fall on a busy period of time for me. We'll see. When is the Novel Keys event? Novel Keys meetup, the keyboardmeetup.com. It's like the keyboardmeetup.com, I think, if I recall correctly, is gonna be on November 12th, I think. November 11th or November 12th of 2022. So, and that's in Morgantown, West Virginia, so not a close distance for anyone in the West Coast. Especially because you have to fly to either Pittsburgh. I mean, you can fly directly to Morgantown, but actually not direct, but you would have to like transfer to like a small airplane to travel to the local airport. But otherwise, you go to Pittsburgh and you would have to either take like a Uber, cab, or whatever, or rent a car or something like that and drive down to West Virginia. And then I heard that there's some event happening that weekend, so accommodations don't look very simple right now. They're not cheap. That's the only thing that is discouraging me a lot, is how expensive the accommodations are, I realized. Pittsburgh's sick? I mean, Pittsburgh's fine. Yeah, I don't mind flying into Pittsburgh and then going from there, to be honest. I guess if you have a car though, it's definitely convenient. But if you don't, then you have to rent or something. Pittsburgh's kind of dead and dying. My family's all leaving there. Oh, I see. It's all different, yeah. Everyone has different perspectives of Pittsburgh. I've heard people who really like it and people who just completely hate it. Honestly, I think it just kind of depends how long you've lived there and whatnot. Pittsburgh industry is dead. To be honest, I don't know too much about Pittsburgh to say anything about it. Lots of tech. Yeah, I mean, isn't the Carnegie Mellon there? They're like kind of like the founding fathers of robotics. That looks like a huge tub of 205. Where'd you get it? I just asked the vendor to get it supplied. In my case, I've gotten 205 supplied by different vendors. At the beginning, I got a supply from switchmod.net, and then later I got a supply from One Up Keyboards, and then recently I got a resupply from Space Holdings, Space Cables. But yeah, you can work with a vendor and just get a large amount, and you have to come to an agreement with it, and it definitely does not cost little. Like, I mean, I did pay several hundreds of dollars for like a large amount of it. Oh yeah. CMU Pit and lots of good startups at this point, premature small companies. That's true. I definitely heard a lot about small companies in Pittsburgh. Mostly because I know people in like tech in that area. My opinion of PIT, it's like Seattle and Boston had a kid. Interesting. That's an interesting take on it. As if Seattle and Boston had a kid. I like Boston. It's just cold winters there that I don't like. It's a nice small city. I love the Charles. Very lovely city. The tea kind of sucks, but it's okay. Tolerable at best. But yeah, I mean, Boston just gets too cold for the winter for me though. Seattle, I've only been there in the summer and once, so don't have a very strong opinion of it yet. Like, I don't have a very well-formed opinion of Seattle, but in my experience, it was fine going there. Kind of smaller, actually. Kind of more quieter, I think. It kind of felt very quiet. Aside from, you know, the obvious presence of, like, the big tech companies there. Boston Lit ASF. T pretty mid? Oh, yeah, T's pretty mid, yeah. Oh, I'm trying to get the opinion about how to loop my Holy Pandas X. Some are stating that the leaf should be looped, some saying it shouldn't. I do not loop leaves on tactile switches because it kills the tactility of the switch. Well, I mean, it dampens the tactility of the switch by a good amount, and I don't like it personally, but it's definitely a personal preference thing. Some people do though. Coffee is good. We don't drink tea. I like both tea and coffee though. I drink coffee in the morning a lot, and then drink tea if, depends on my mood, but I prefer drinking tea in the afternoon or evening. Especially like after meals. Coffee bad? Okay, that's wrong. Tea supremacy? Okay, that's fine. I like tea though. Tea is good. But yeah, I don't think coffee is bad. Coffee can be bad, but tea can also be bad. I think. Best links to P foam polyfill. I actually do not have a good link for that. Sorry, because I don't seek it out. But if somebody here has gone polyfill or P foam per se, I'm pretty sure. I have a feeling like you could probably find someone who has posted on like r/mechanical keyboards. Pepe Despair, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub. Appreciate it. My old workplace used to refer to it as affordable housing. I like my keywords the same as my coffee. What? How's that? Filled with foam. Crema. With a little 205G0. ODM on that new meta. Coffee with 205. Easy. I swear coffee enjoyers copium themselves into liking coffee because of the caffeine. No, not really. Not for me anyway. If I wanted caffeine, there's many ways to do caffeine, and coffee is really not the only way, so I personally drink coffee because I like the taste of coffee. Is that the Shuriken 60? Yeah, you should buy one when it comes out and Naruto run with it, my friend. Easy clap. And then toss it. Just kidding. Don't do that. Do not do that. Anyway, when can I get this janitor badge? Oh, you want it now? Alright. Alright, Drua. Be peaceful. Be Naruto running. Cultural appropriating as always. SMH. Alright. Are we gonna regret this choice, guys? Are those LC2s or 3s? These are LC2s. Pre-phaser LC2s. Do I hit the enter key? Let me see. Whoopsie. Actually, don't remember where this one should be placed, but I'm assuming there's 4 here, so probably here. The deed has been done. Yep. It has. Perfect. Oh boy. Drew already abusing his right? Oh yeah, he has. He's already starting to create chaos in this chat. How obnoxious. Bro, that's so toxic. Imagine my flatmate has those sitting in the living room packed in black box, unused, Sash won't share them. Wait, what thing? Also, V, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub, dude. Muchas gracias, amigo. When the coffee pot at work, everyone comment the butterness of the coffee. Oh boy. Drew was dying to do that shit. Oh my god. Hola, my favorite amigo, Mr. Chamchi. How's it going, my friend? How's CRP enjoyment retirement going? Hmm? Now waiting for CRP R5, baby. Let's go. Do you think there's gonna be anything new for CRP R5, dude? I mean, I think aside from like the accent keys that everybody's been waiting for, do you expect anything cool for CRP R5? Do you think there's gonna be anything in particular to look out for? Yo, Mr. Cake Kona, let's go. If you haven't checked out Cake Kona Co, they do cables. Magnificent cables, along with, I don't know if Gioran's here, but Gioran's also around. He does dispatch cables. They do wonderful cables. I reckon there will be at least one Hangul set. Oh, that's what I would hope. Yeah, that would be nice. CRP Hangul. To be honest, I just want Hangul set to be kind of simple. Also, I don't want... I swear to God, dude. I swear to God, if they butcher Hangul, I'll be so sad. If they do shit like ignore, like omitting the double consonants and shit, I'll be so pissed. I hate that stuff, man. I don't like it personally. CRP Olivetti, ooh, that would be fun. That would be a fun set for sure. CRP Olivetti. If Hammer gave me Hebron every color, I'll be happy. I mean, you already have 2, I suppose. Didn't Xiaomi mess up their Hangul? Yes, they did. That's why I never got it. I want CRP Hangul, but purple subs. That's fine. That's a solid choice. Just use mono Hangul. Oh, I actually have that coming in, but I haven't gotten it yet. So hopefully soon. CRP NCR? Ooh, that would be interesting. Ooh, CRP NCR would crash the... I mean, would it crash the OG market? Actually, I don't know. Actually, probably not. OG market would never crash, to be honest. To be quite honest, I've never seen it crashing, so probably would go up even further. Knowing people's limited edition quality, it will probably go up, huh? Probably. I got mono Hangul yesterday, pretty lit. Nice. Nice. Oh, whoops. Oh, screw here. Strictly aesthetics-wise, do you like any languages in particular when it comes to subs? I mean, I'm pretty biased towards this Peacock-like set. G81 3000 SAT. This is probably my biggest bias for the set, and then Arabic. Those two are my favorite. Yeah. Yeah, those two are my favorite, probably. When you close the stream by accident because you were in a rush trying to buy another keyboard? Oh boy. Bin keys. I voted. Oh, brass plates and the cutouts are pretty nice, so these switches are going in nice and easily, which is pretty sweet. Are you leaving, Vin, please? What's up? Are those 5-pins? Yeah, these are 5-pin switches, yeah. Most switches these days are 5-pin switches, but I mean, yeah, there are definitely some that you have to kind of look out for, right? Because they're not. But yeah, these are indeed 5-pin. Alright. It's the right spacebar one. Okay. Let's test out the stabs now. Typing on US ISO is pretty nice, TBH. I thought ISO would be hard to get used to. Oh no, ISO isn't that bad, to be honest. I haven't had any problems using ISO before. People think it's gonna be kind of rough, but it's not that bad. It's really not bad. Alright. Unban requests are enabled? Yeah. Because not many people are banned anyway, almost nobody requests unban anyway. Okay, pretty good. I think I figured out Staebies a little better. They definitely benefit from a pretty light lube application. If you do a little too much, they can feel a little bit sluggish, I think. Okay. Alright, I put the rest of the switches. So we said step caps. If my spacebar is slow to return, does that mean I over-lubed it? It is possible, yes. There's two... I mean, okay. There are several reasons why it could be slow to return. Over-lubing is definitely one. Another way it was... it might also not return as well is too light spring, possible, but not as likely in most cases. It can be a reason though. Like if the keycap... Oh! One thing to look out for is try other keycaps too. Sometimes like warping can make it seem like your switch isn't returning properly with the key on, because the key basically, if it's bent a little, it's causing strain in different directions, which basically will like cause the stabilizer to like rub against, you know, like have parts rub against each other, and then, you know, like not return as cleanly, as easily. So look out for that. Another reason could also be if you did not assemble the stabilizer properly. So if it's not properly flush to the PCB, that's a pretty common one, especially among more newbies to hobby, where they might not realize that the clip has to be completely in that part of the PCB, and then, like, you know, the rest is flush. That's actually a pretty common mistake that I've seen, that people are like, oh, like my stabs aren't working properly, or they feel a little sluggish or whatever. It's because sometimes they're not seated properly. Another one that I've seen is if you are, like, let's say you're using screw-in stabs or something like that. Some people over-tighten the stabs a little bit too much, which again, similar to the way like with warped keycaps, you can also cause strain in different directions that can cause the keycap to return in a slightly sluggish or slower way, just because you're basically causing the parts to rub against each other, or basically just causing the parts to, you know, you're basically forcing it down or forcing it sideways. That and that's not good for the keycap, I mean, for the return motion. Do you think CJs need films? In my opinion, no. But some people might disagree. But I think no. I think CJs are pretty tight housings. Some caps interfere against two, weirdly. Yes, sometimes. Depends on the profile also. You might want to check what profile your keycaps are. Sometimes some of them are a little bigger towards the bottom. They don't get as tapered, and so they might rub against the case. Check up. Okay, question. DZ60 flex board have those pads for stabs. Am I supposed to install them between the PCB stab or screw it under? Recommendation for... Oh, the pads. Are you talking about the... Is this because it's like a 1.2mm PCB? Or is this because... I actually don't remember. Or is this like adhesive pads? It's shims? Yeah, so if it's 1.2mm PCB and you have the shims, then you want to put those under the PCB, in my opinion, because if you put them over, the stab overall will sit a little bit taller compared to the main surface of the PCB. So in my opinion, I would put them like here and here, you know, like between and on the bottom part. Is a thin piece of metal something? Okay, so it's probably the shim. It's made out of the same material as the PCB. It looks like metal, but it's just the material on it. Yeah, put those underneath. So it'll take a little bit of finagling, but it will help you, because Do we think 1.2mm PCBs are here to stay? Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, they're here to stay. They're definitely gonna be out there, like a lot. In fact, I would say people will see them a lot more because I think people will like grow the patience to work with them. Namely, I mean, we also have like 1.2mm stabs, which is kind of like a niche thing, but it exists now. But even if you're using regular stabs, you can just use shims, and people are kind of like realizing how to do it, and I think they're here to stay for the people who want that extra bit of flexibility. So yeah, I don't think they're gonna really go away. Yep. But you know. Ooh. I think 1.6 Allegiance might be my old man hill to die on. That's fine. I personally don't feel very compelled about 1.2mm PCBs. Like, it's not... I don't need to have a 1.2mm PCB to, like, enjoy a keyboard. So, I personally don't mind if it's there. But even if it's not, like... Yeah, I don't mind either way. It's not that big of a deal. I really don't mind it. If people decide that, that's okay. Alright. Put these on. So let's get soldering, I guess. Oop. I might just use whatever thing that the designer thought would be best with the board. Yeah, I mean, whatever's provided. I don't want to buy an extra PCB just for the sake of, you know, adhering to that. Kind of, it just feels very extra. But yeah, just being a curmudgeon. Yeah, I mean, you know, we're just chatting. Okay, let's be soldered. Some designers are offering both, which is cool. Yeah. The friction fit of the 58 Tapple and 1.2mm is not very good. Huh, interesting. I don't know too much about that, to be honest with you. Can't relate. Don't even have a Tapple mount keyboard aside from this Seisero that I tried for the Proto. Hey Diego, now that I disable phone verification, I would heavily suggest enabling exclamation nuke as a command. Wait, why? I have to have 2FA of some sort, I think. Oh shit. Oh, Patty, Shinshin Wong, hello again. Ankit, hello again. Hello, friends. I forgot the raid message. That's fine. Yeet, Patty, hello. Thank you so much. 15 months. Phone verification is a bit much. It is. So it is a bit much. I only enabled phone verification because it was obligatory for the Asian Pacific Islander month thing. It is a requirement, so yeah. Osai! Hello, tier 1, thank you. Appreciate the sub. Alright, time to solder. Okay, don't get mad at me. The way you look like Princess Leia, thank you for the compliments. I know. At least I'm a cool character, so I appreciate it. I see it. That's fair. Sorry, someone has already said that. No, you're the first person to say it. I don't think anybody else really saw the resemblance until you came here to say it. Babyface really need it? You should see the amount of people that use passwords like summer 2022. Diego leading the anti-T-word rebellion. I did not lead any rebellion, okay? I just all I said was I think the word sock was used to define toprit, and it's kind of odd to use to define other sounds that don't quite seem to pertain to that particular association that people had made at some point. So it seemed a little disjointed for... Oh yes, that is true. We can talk for 5 streams starting today. I mean, today's the first one. Thanks to Christian Talks himself. Help me, Theremin Goat. You're my only hope. This is true. Alright, y'all. True as power will talk 5 ever? I cannot guarantee that. When do we get... Whoa! Whoa, whoa. Oxy is like, when do we get to see Diego chained up in a bikini? Okay. Ichi's dictatorship is over. In a metal bikini? That is factually correct. Bring me Solo and the Wookiee. Man, that's a throwback. Anyway, just wanted to give a quick shout out to Omnitype, who sent out the Omnitype cherry sets that we saw earlier. I can show them up again for those who came from Patty's stream. We checked out some of the Omnitype sets earlier, the PVT sets. Overall, pretty smooth texture. I would say that it's rougher than, for example, Keycaps, but it's very similar to like the nice PVT texture. And the compatibility is pretty nice. Comes with a bunch of accents too. And I do like the trays, and the box, the packaging in general is pretty nice. I think it's very clean. Although it is, I mean, it is two cardboard boxes and a bunch of plastic trays and foam in between. But I think the trays are pretty effective at containing all the keycaps and whatnot, and pretty much fits even more keycaps than what included there. But the compatibility is really nice on it. And the modifiers look pretty straight. The colors look pretty accurate too. So overall, I think any buyer would be pretty happy if they were looking for, you know, like Moto Light or 9009. Are the steps? Yeah, so the stems are recessed. Yeah, so the stems are recessed on these PVT caps, which is pretty cool actually. I was saying how like nice PVT, for example, doesn't have recessed stems, and I know CRP doesn't to a good extent, and Joy PVT certainly doesn't as well. So yeah, it also had, I mean, some other notable things that I saw was that we have scoops. So there's scoop FJ as well as regular bar FJ. There's no scooped and bar like DPVT. It's just either scoop or bar. But I'm a scooped FJ user, so I do appreciate that there's just regular scooped FJ homing keycaps. What else did we observe earlier? The legends look pretty crisp. I mean, there are some quality disclaimers that I did share earlier. It's that the alignment is not necessarily always going to be perfect between like 2 adjacent keys, or you might see some very small amounts of like feathering, or like some small amounts of like, you know, imperfection in the dice sublimation, or that, you know, the colors sometimes might appear like, you know, like a black might not appear like a very jet black kind of color. But that's also because PBT dice up like can be like that. Like you actually do observe that in a lot of other sets too. I think pretty much most of the reasonable quality disclosure standards are all there. And certainly these will be, you know, disclosed, of course, disclaimed, of course, when the product goes live in stock on August 8th, I believe. So yeah. Bard best. I do like scoops, but that's just me. I mean, I like both. I mean, I don't mind using bards. Okay, like I've actually keyboards with bard homing keys, and I don't mind them. But I did grow used to using scoops after I started using Cherry Profile. So that's the main reason why I've been enjoying using scoops. Yeah. I do like that it's not like a rough texture, so to speak. Like it's not like there's a rough feeling of encountering bars homing, but that's just me though, you know. Kind of an acquired taste, I think, more so than liking it from the very beginning. Nipple is best. I do have like you know, like there's like the AK nipple style, or there's also like the BSP sets. I've tried some of the BSP stuff with the nipple, or like CRP stuff with the nipple homing, and I personally don't like it. But that's just because it kind of feels too rough on the finger. But yeah, it's not my cup of tea. But I know that some people do actually like that. But yeah, I don't use homing keys really, so I like the deep dish for the same reason. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, also, yeah, I feel like my typing form is kind of used to just having my index fingers on F and J already, home row technique-wise. Although I don't necessarily follow proper typing technique for everything. But yeah. Scoop, Bard, and Nipple, the FJ, the next frontier. All three at once. People have memed about that a lot, I think. Don't give EPT any ideas. They're totally capable. It's more noticeable, nipple and bard? I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, it is effective at what it's supposed to do for homing. That's certainly true. But, I basically have no issues with scooped. Like, scoop, for me, homing-wise, they work perfectly as they should. Like, it's very easy for me to locate a scoop key. That basically all the other alternatives for me are just not necessary. They seem excessive to me, so I personally don't care for the rest of the methods. But that's just me. That's just a personal preference. Anyway, almost done soldering here. The soldering is pretty quick. It's for 60%. So. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, like feel free to ask. What do you think of the Monokey standard? Oh, so I did check out some of the reels that people posted. Like I think I saw Maisie's and Matt's. I saw the Wildcat video. Honestly, $138 free shipping, tax or whatever, is a banging deal for a wireless and wire compatible keyboard. You know, USB-C, all that good stuff, right? The fact that it has a very good battery life is amazing. I mean, it kind of makes you feel like you're, you know, like the freaking, like, what is it? Like the Pro controllers for, like, the Switch, I think? I have, like, great battery life, right? Or, like the MX, I think the MX Master also has good battery life, if I recall. But, you know, like, great battery life products in general are, like, fantastic. If you're depending on wireless, I personally am a big fan of that. Just because, you know, the inconvenience having to charge often. That aside, I did think the choice to do split right shift was a little odd, because it's not that hard to put the FN key somewhere on the board. Like, you could just put it on the top right, for example, or something like that. But aside from that, it looks pretty good. 7U, step capstock. I mean, I get it. Some people were, I was in some discussion channels, and people were like, oh, like step capstock and 7U, it's not good because compatibility is hard to find or whatever, right? For like the very cheap, like Amazon.com sets or whatever, right? AliExpress, you know? But I don't think that's true. If you search, there's a lot of like those like 168 or 171 key sets out there that are pretty affordable. And you can find like layout support a lot more easily these days. So I think that it's a very good deal for the money. It's very competitive pricing. Like you can compare it to the NK87. You can compare it to what is that like? People say, was it the Freebird TKL or some other ones? I forget some of the other competitors, but basically like other TKL layout competitors though, like it's really good. It comes with very nice keycaps. I mean, I personally enjoyed using the Monoke keycaps that they had, the ones that were kind of similar to the Leopold PBT double shots. Really crisp legends, and so yeah, I think it's a very good all-in-one package though. Pretty good all-in-one package. Mikibo out of stock? Wow, that was fast. Highlighting, what's the recommended temperature for desoldering using a Hanko FR301? The same temperature you solder with, so 350 is fine. I solder at 350, so I desolder at 350 as well. If you're desoldering something that's like lead free, then you might want to go higher. So I do like 400 or 410 or so, 415 or something like that. 500 maybe even. It's just if you want a fast, quick melt and just suck it all up. Yeah, you definitely want to go higher if you're doing lead free. The only thing is like at what speed do you want that to melt, and how good are you actually desoldering and taking care of your desoldering gun too? Because you also need to clear those up pretty often so it doesn't clog up. So every time you use your desoldering gun, make sure you're clearing your the feed for it. So yeah. Yep. Anyway. Can we do CRP EN? Okay. We can also try the new Omnitype Cherry because we have them here after all. We can try both actually. We can go get the CRP ones as well. Alright, let's test this first and then put it into the case. How about that? Test it first and then put it into a case. Where can I buy this board? It's not for sale yet. This board is going to be on group buy later on. It was supposed to go on group buy soonish, but it got postponed just due to like logistics. They wanted to iron out some logistics before going live or anything like that. So they will announce a future date for it. So not yet. But it definitely is pretty much ready to go. They're just sorting out like, you know, like group buy logistics essentially. And once that's sorted out, I think they'll probably go live for group buy, which is not yet. Yeah, in a future date. Oh, did I miss? Might have missed the key here. And a key there. Huh. Okay. Missed these two keys. Did I actually though? I did not miss the actual keys. So let me double check that again. Oh, the period and the plus equal sign key is not working. Diode seems fine, so I'm gonna guess maybe I just want to replace the switch, to be honest. Didn't do that. I think it's not a reflow. I think I'm just gonna replace the switch entirely. That's easier. Because the key was working earlier, so I think this is just a switch. Something. Yeah. Okay, and then one more. It's the plus sign. Okay. Should just come off. Mm-hmm. Right, switch roll here. Alrighty. Let's double check these pads. Make sure they're okay. Yo, Gordon Derp, hello. How's it going? Alright, that registers, and that registers too. Okay, so it was just the switches. Okay. Nice. Alright, everything works. Cool. Just need to replace these two switches. They were probably bad. Happens every so often. Not always, but it just happens. Okay, so let us assemble everything together. How many Ladybird slots were available? I believe 300. Is this just top mounted? Yes, this is just top mounted. Indeed. Yo, Mr. J Reggie. Gotta say the FNF colorway for Propeller looks very nice. Is this FNF? I don't know. Gotta pay for mine in the second. Business 101. Sorry. Alright, let's put that daughter board. Where's it? Here it is. The gold is so nice. Oh, very nice. The gold one, super nice colorway. I have tried the Heine TKL one with the gold colorway, and it's sweet. It was a very nice color. If it comes out similar to that, or very close to that at least, you guys will enjoy it a lot. I think it's a very nice colorway. FNF Black is pink color shift for the bottom insert. Oh, I see. I see. Pretty neat. Color shift, so that's knee deep treatment. Sounds like it. That sounds fun though. Yes, indeed. Okay, so let's flip it around this way. Make sure that cable's oriented properly. Okay, good. Okay. Looks like it's well seated in the channel. So that's good. Let's put our screws. GMK Gregory would look very good on Gold Ladybird. Greg is such a funny keyset, I think. It's a very funny keyset. I'm a fan. I think it's so silly and cute. Really the peak of kind of meme-like sets. By the way, Lightning, I'll be in the neck of the woods. In your neck of the woods. In early October, we'll be bugging you for some food Rex. Okay. Sounds good. You can also ask like people who have visited a lot too, who obviously have been here to visit just for the food. I believe Mason has visited several times as well, so he'll know a lot of good Rex. But it depends, I guess, what you're looking for. There's like everything, right? So hard to write only one thing. But yeah, for sure. Alright. Shall we try this PVT set that we got from Omnitype first, and then we can get the CRP and maybe you guys can kind of hear the difference? Just so that it's easier, because I have the set here, so it's a little bit easier to work with. Alright, let's do this one first since I already have it here. Alright. The interesting keycap I mean layout option here. First time I build in this layout. Oh, looks like Mr. Yoni Wolf made a little mistake. I'm gonna have to tell him. If the enter sounds funky, it's not my fault. You guys see the problem? Can you show the bottom of a cat real quick? Yeah. They have recessed stems too, as you can see. I don't know, looks like a keyboard. It sure does. It sure does. Nice block of valor. Good old block of valor. Quite rectangular, if I do say so myself. A little less rectangular than some other rectangles that I have seen, but definitely is rectangular in general shape. Yeah, some curvature to the edges. Stab cutouts need to be bigger on the top of the enter. Yep. It seems like they only accounted for a south-facing enter, but it's a mistake. In my opinion, if you're a keyboard designer, just do all of the stab cutouts in both north and south. Why save yourself? Why bother trying to do it one way or the other when you can just do both? Especially like enter. And I think enter and backspace enter and spacebar tend to be the usual culprits. So might as well just do. You can't do north and south. I mean, you can do it at the same level of the switch. The cut. So if you do the cherry spec cutout, so 1905, 1U, and just do it to that line, and you'll be fine. You can't do it on space bars, and it's actually same with the enter. You can fit both. You can fit both just fine. Well, the holes overlap? No, they don't. Why would they overlap? Where would they overlap? Then there'll just be two big holes on both sides. Yeah. But I mean, you're not going to the way all the way up. You're just going a little bit up. I'm talking about the plate, of course. I'm talking about the plate. I'm not talking about the PCB, I'm talking about the plate. I thought you meant the PCB? No. It's so that if the PCB happens to have a different enter orientation, you can just use either, right? Because a lot of TKL or 60% or 65% actually, I mean, pretty much different PCB designers do it slightly differently. Some people do south-facing enter, some people do north-facing enter. Some PCB designers believe that north-facing enter is required if you have the south-facing shift because it'll interfere, but if you do it according to the cherry spec, it's actually fine. It's actually fine. What is the difference between Oil Kings and CJs? Both do come pre-lube, but I think the Oil Kings are probably a little bit more heavily lubed, I feel. Different color too. So thank you for your patience with me. Oh, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. All right. Let's see. We can do some this. I'll just do the bars on this for now because I already put them on. Shall we do the salmon accent, I guess? Or the green one? I don't know, I don't care. I don't mind either way. Let's do the salmon today. It feels a little tight on this right now. me reseat this keycap. Oh, sorry. Oh right, probably won't feel great because that's fine. Okay. There. Put some artisans and move forward. All right. Oh, I got about Oil Kings versus CJs. As soon as you start talking about it, I got slapped with ads. Oh, sorry about that. So I believe CJs and Oil Kings both come with factory lube, but I do believe that Oil Kings are a bit more heavily lubed, even from the factory. I mean, like they're kind of advertised as a switch that you can kind of use just as is. The spring weight is also different, so just you know, and the color, of course. They're both Gateron switches, and I believe they will have nylon housings and whatnot. So in many ways, they both are very, very smooth switches from Gateron, with factory lube application. I would say a lot of people still end up lubing CJ switches. I mean, Oil Kings too, actually. Some people still do, like, you know, 205 or 324 or whatever. So... Oh, CJs are palm bottom housing. Oh, never mind then. Actually, I mean, let's double check that. Why not? Let's fact check ourselves. Gateron CJ. Okay, Gateron CJ. Gateron China Joy. Palm bottom housing, ink material top. Okay, and then Gateron Oil King is nylon. Nylon top housing and ink housing bottom. So it's like the inverse. CJs have ink housing top and palm bottom, and the Oil Kings have nylon top and ink housing bottom. And then they have different spring weights to them. I like both. I have had both, and both have felt very good using wise, so I personally don't get too concerned over it. But you know, just burn one and find out. You could do that, yes. All right, let's put some keycaps on. Let's see. What do I want to put on today? I kind of feel like putting this curmudgeon from Bogan Caps. And oh, let's try some different makers today. Let's try this captured from BG Caps. All right, let's try those two. Why not? Hey Diego, do you end up purchasing GMK Fundamentals? Yeah, I have GMK Fundamentals. Yep, I do have GMK Fundamentals. Alright, so these are the OTC keycaps. Let's give this a shot. Let me get my cable here. Can I lube my Oil Kings with West Texas Intermediate crude oil? Oh my gosh. Alright, let's see. How are the colors on them? Oh, GMK Fundamentals? They're stock colors, so they're pretty accurate to what the stock colors actually do look like, yeah. They use the same gray as GMK ASCII, and then the rest are pretty standard colors. The accents look good though. I mean, they're also recognizable colorways though. It's like the purple and the like the Triumph Ailer, the T1 bluish green, and then there's the like the 3A, the greenish like 9009 greenish accent. Okay, so all right, so let's give this a shot. Oh, I'll be right back. Alright, here we are, friends. Nice fursuit, Diego, please. Who is Diego? Are you talking about my neighbor? Yo, Diego, how are you? Been doing well. What's up, homie? Alright, let's give this a shot, shall we? Alright, so tonight we have our Propeller prototype here from Takeoff Concepts, or Yoni Wolf. This is a brass plate. We currently have Gateron CJ switches. This is the Omnitype 9009 Keyset in the Omnitype Cherry, PVT Cherry profile, die subs, and yeah, so Gateron CJ switches on a brass plate. We'll give this a shot now. All right, here we go. All right. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. The keycaps also feel pretty nice. I mean, I was describing the texture earlier. It really isn't that grippy. I don't know if I might say ePVT is more grippy than this, but it's pretty smooth, to be honest. And they sound pretty good. I don't find that like loud upstroke that I noticed like in chamois sets, right? Like chamois sets tend to have this like loud upstroke, especially to the spacebar key. But this one doesn't have that, so it sounds really nice. The legends, I think they're pretty crisp. I think that like the alignment isn't perfect everywhere, but it's okay, to be honest. I personally think at a glance it just looks great. Yeah. It definitely is like a preference thing though, but yeah. I think the dice up quality is good. Like there's not that much like feathering or like fuzziness. Like I think like old ePVT, for example, had a lot of fuzziness, but you don't see that much in the modifiers and stuff. Like one thing that you could say is like there is a bit of a discrepancy between the thickness of the legends. I mean, not between the alphas, for example, as much, but like some modifiers have like thicker, like this backspace has a bit thicker of a backspace arrow than the enter arrow and things like that, right? And like, you know, the legends on the you know bottom rows are kind of thinner because they're like words. So there's like things like that, or like, you know, this 5% legend is a bit thinner, etc., etc. You could go on about it, you know, forever, but overall at a glance it's actually pretty good. And it's also very hot. All right, let's listen to the modifiers. So not quite up there with CRP, but pretty good. Yeah. I don't think CRP is really top notch because they pretty much like trace it down to the T for OG Cherry and then did their own caps, their own dice up. They basically handle the production from beginning to end, and it's just really good. But that also has to do with Hammer's like very high quality control too there. But yeah. All right, here are the modifiers. Whoever said there's issues with PVT on Staebies is totally wrong because they're fine. Well, at least this V2 is fine. No issues. Whew, it's hot. Whew, it's so hot. Honestly, CRP R4 is right up there with my BSP stuff. Yeah, it's really, really good for CRP. Like, CRP stuff is really, yeah, CRP GMK PVT, yeah, for sure. It's like definitely the peak in a lot of the PVT stuff that's out there. Anyway, yeah, this board actually sounds really good. I mean, the board is all aluminum. So what's kind of cool is that it's all aluminum. It has no weights. The board itself is actually decently hefty. I would say it's probably like a few pounds, like 3 pounds or so. We can measure the weight here. It weighs 3 pounds and 5 ounces. I was right. 3 pounds and 5 ounces. So 3 pounds, like 3 1/3 pounds. Or I mean, if you put this in grams, this is 1.5 kilograms. So 1.5 kilogram board built. And it's nice and hefty, like decent amount of heft for 60%. And I would say it sounds really good. Like this is using a brass plate, but it doesn't sound very hollow or pingy or anything, which is pretty nice. I think it's nice and tight. There's a decent bit of, I think that having just 4 mounting points definitely kind of eases a bit of the stiffness towards the middle, especially in the alpha section. But overall, like I'm not feeling like extra bowing or anything like that. I mean, of course, it's a brass plate, so definitely stiffens up a lot of that. Like it won't really bend down or anything like that. But it sounds good. It doesn't feel nearly as harsh as like a brass tray mount, you know? Yeah. Can you convert that weight to what? To moles. Oh, okay, bud. I don't even remember Avogadro's number. Is it 6.02 times 10 to the 23? Something like that? I forget. I've been really liking rounded corners on keyboards recently. This Palmetto looks so nice. I'm a convert. I can't say I'm a huge fan of very rounded corners, but that's just me. That's just a personal preference, though. I'm not like huge on the like rounded corners, but yeah. Brass tray mount, the ender of all fingers. Yeah, definitely pretty harsh. All right, I'm gonna take this off and I'll be right back. Okay. So let's see. We're here back. So we can give the CRP a try. Do we still want to try CRP, Mr. One Drunk Man? Whoop! Didn't know that the set was in the bag like that. What just fell off? Keycap fell off. I hope it's not an alpha. Oh, here it is. All right. Avocado's number is the circumference of an avocado times pi. All right, let's see. Up to you. You don't have to if you don't want to. But we can try. One thing I noticed right away here is that these PBT keycaps have a decent amount of grip. So definitely want to use a keycap puller before you pull the keycaps, especially the first time. I think when you put PBT caps the first time on a board, they tend to have a little bit of that extra tightness to the caps. So just make sure you use a keycap puller. But otherwise, seems alright. Sorry if I missed it, but did you already try the Motolite PBT? I tried. This is currently I'm trying the this is the 9009 PBT. The Motolite is still in the box, but I mean it's gonna be the same piping or the same sound, for example, as the 9009. So you can actually go back a little bit on the playback of the VOD if you want to hear this out. But right now I'm just replacing it with some CRP. This is a little bit tight. Pretty tight edges around the keycaps. That's one thing on this propeller. It's a little too tight, maybe. Like the keycap puller just doesn't really fit on the sides, so we need to kind of finagle it around here. Right there. I'm a little scared of scratching the case, you know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't get to type on it yet. And I don't think I will tonight. Maybe some other time. I mean, the release is until August 8th, so there's still some time to check out some sets and whatnot. But I did get to type on this one, which is gonna be the same experience. I think aesthetics-wise, we pretty much already checked out the keycaps themselves earlier in the stream. That was the first hour of the stream we unboxed. And just checked out the contents. And then we proceeded to build the board, and then right now I just typed on this set. This is the 9009 set from Omnitype, and then yeah. So I see the mod colors again. Are they lighter compared to GMK ones? Ooh, I actually can't do that comparison right now. I think just because. Do I have the GMK one? I may still have it. I actually need to double check if I have the GMK. I'll put this in this bag for now so I don't get confused. This page sucks. Mr. Juan, thank you so much for the 23 months. Yo, dude, what's up? How's it going? Oh, if you can't hear much of the keys right now, it's because I do have the noise filter on, so don't worry too much about it. I'll undo that in a bit. Yeah. Honestly don't remember the order of this. I think it's alt function, win key, and the control. Control. Long right shift. And okay. Bring up bit for this. Road stuff. Leave it. Alright, we'll just do bars again because we did bars on the other one. So let's put on the rest though. So this is just literally the same set except with text plus icon mods on the CRP type of Keyset. There's a decent amount of like flex on this, even though it's a brass plate, and that is mostly because it just has 4 mounting points on this top mount board. Literally just mounted on these sides like this, so a good amount of like room for movement in the middle of the board. But it sounds pretty good. You'll get to hear it one more time in a bit, so just give it like it's good timing, I guess. Ads might hit you in just a sec. But can I snooze it? No, I can't. I did earlier. The good news is those will be gone sooner than later. I plan to change that plan for that. Alright, that's on. This enter isn't properly placed. Read. Side. Alright, let's see. Hey. Alright, sick. Alright. I was able to snooze that, so let's try this out. Alright. So now we have CRP. I'm gonna mute the music and then get our typing test back up. Alright friends, so now we have CRP round 4. This is the ANSI set from CRP. Pretty much same thing for everything else. Brass plate, Gateron CJ switches, and this is the Propeller by Takeoff Concept. It's a prototype. It's all aluminum, no weight on the inside. And no foam, no polyfill, nothing like that. And here we go. That's what it sounds like. What do you guys think? I actually can't quite tell a huge difference between the two PBT sets. I mean, the texture is definitely more noticeable. This is a lot more, a lot smoother in the top texture. Definitely feels like the feeling is a lot more gliding like. It's a keyboard alright. Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. Alright, I'm gonna go through the mods and yeah. And there it is. OTC sounds a bit brighter, at least over mic. Yeah, I actually do think it sounds a little bit brighter. I do agree with that, but it's not a huge difference. It's still like pretty close. I mean, we can like, I could compare it. I don't really think it's a big difference, but it can be compared, I guess. But yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I think in general typing, like, you won't really experience you know, it's not like you have these side to side all the time either. So it's not a realistic comparison per se, but yeah. Which ones are the OTC again? So this one's CRP, and the OTC were the ones that were here earlier. I had them on just earlier. Like, these are the OTC ones over here. Yeah, but if you go back on the VOD like 5-6 minutes, you'll see it. Yeah, but the CRP and this is OTC. But again, the legends look really good though. I mean, like, if you put some of these side by side, like, it looks pretty good. It looks really good compared to CRP here. I mean, maybe a little bit thicker on the OTC here, and the, you know, @ symbol is slightly different, things like that. But overall, looks pretty good. I think. Yeah. So, pretty nice. Pretty nice. I do think these OTC caps are quite nice for the price. The like, oh, this is a more modern style of doing these. But yeah. You guys can see, yeah, it's pretty comparable though. It's definitely like really good for what it's worth. I actually think I like the asterisk for the OTC a little better. But yeah. So yeah, what do you guys think? You guys have any particular thoughts, that is? This bag I'm just using temporarily, by the way. The OTC set does not come in this bag. Okay, so that's pretty much the typing for this. Yeah. So I can just show you the board now. So here's this is the Propeller from Takeoff Concepts, Mr. Yoni Wolf. This currently has a CRP round 4 ANSI. Let's go classic beige and some artisan keycaps here. It's a 60%, as you can see. Has a red plate. It has a brass plate underneath, not red. Sorry. It was going to run with space, but yeah, got deleted. Alright, so here is our side profile. Here's a side profile. Side profile looks really nice. It has a slight taper here, as you can see, kind of, you know, reminiscent a little bit of that HG sort of aesthetic, but a little bit different, to be honest. Looks pretty nice though. I do like how the little bottom part pops there, just from the side. I do like these scuff feet. They look nice on this particular size of the board, and the way it's rounded. I think the more roundedness of the shape is giving it a little bit complements the shape of the bump ons here as well. That's the engraving at the bottom, the propeller. So it's very simple engraving. It's not very deep, but it looks nice. The red is a very nice vivid red. I do like this. I really do like this accented USB port. It looks really clean. Sorry about the focus being crazy. But yeah, and yeah, overall it's pretty good looking board. Nice and light, 1.5 kilograms ish, all built up. The front also has that taper too, by the way. Rounded corners, as you can see, rounded edges in general. And as you can see, the bezels are uniform. So the top bezels, or the top and bottom bezels, are exactly the same all around the keyboard to the sides as well. So if you're not a huge fan of uniform bezels, this might not be for you, but it's kind of similar to, like, you know, the KF, for example, has those one-to-one bezels as well. Yeah, just no price point yet on this. Yeah, don't think so. I don't think it's been quoted or anything, so no price point yet. But hopefully competitive pricing. I don't really know exactly what pricing they're expecting on this specifically. Yeah, looks good. Alrighty. Sounds nice too. Good night, good morning. Oh yeah, good night, one drug man. Have a good one. I'll probably see you later. Any questions, concerns, complaints, etc.? Yes, I'll actually put some of the keycaps back just to show you the no modal comparison. Yeah, so I don't have the modal light, I think, with me. So that's the only problem. I can show you the keycaps though, but no comparison to show you with the GMK. But the colors look pretty good. I mean, this is the best I can kind of give you. Like, it's a nice and light gray. I mean, the accent's pretty light green, actually. I would say that maybe this accent's a little bit lighter than the one on the real GMK set. The gray is a pretty light gray, actually. I mean, I have to say my memory is not being jogged very well here, and I do feel like this accent's really close to the actual one, and so yeah, but the colors look pretty good. The accent looks less saturated. Yeah, that for sure. I would say that's true in general, because I think the reverse dice up here is making it less saturated. I mean, I know my lighting settings are not particularly optimized here. It's not the best look here. Like, I try to white balance, I try to show you what's best here, but yeah, I would say that it's not going to be 100% accurate here. Yeah. But the compatibility is really good on this set too. Kind of comes with everything, as it was shown on the kit renders. So there's the compatibility stuff. There's our control, command, caps, all that, backspace. I do like that they include both the text backspace and the Icon plus text. I'm not a big fan of this icon plus text one. The abbreviation seems a little silly, but that's just my personal opinion. Nothing to do with yeah. And then split space bars, extra B, all that good stuff is nice. Also, Jay Sizzler 1776, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you, appreciate that. And I'll certainly hydrate. Thank you. Is it the same manufacturer as Novel Keys Cherry? I believe this is a different manufacturer, or I don't know. I don't think the manufacturer information is disclosed, so I have no idea. One good thing is, yes, these keycaps have recessed stems even though it is PBT, which is awesome. It means it is basically real cherry profile. The here, come on. Focus, buddy. Come on. There's the recessed stems, which is pretty cool. Are those LCD 4s? These are LCD 2s. These are LCD 2s pre-phaser. Yeah, so that part is nice. I think that part is nice. I do like the packaging, to be honest. I mean, it is plastic and a lot of paper and all that kind of stuff, but I do like it better. It holds everything together. It's slotted nicely, so that part is nice. Like, it won't go in complete disarray, which is pretty cool. So yeah. Would have been nice if it was icon only mods. I mean, I certainly have my personal qualms. I know that Mr. Garrett Jeeber knows my preferences, but obviously these are designer choices. That said, I don't think it's. I think that as far as I'm gonna qualify the set itself, it's pretty good quality for what you get. I think so. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's all I have. Pretty much. Unless you guys have any more questions. Yeah. Put these back into their slots. Thanks for the lovely stream, Diego. No worries. Glad you enjoyed it. I'll go and rate someone after I'm done here. This would be a pretty quick process. And step capsule. Oopsie. It's in the wrong place. Okay. So what else? Do I have any announcements to make? Oh, well, starting from next month, probably gonna see fewer ads, which is nice. Because I decided against signing up for any more. Because the offer sucks, to be honest. And other than that, well, welcome Drua to the moderator team. Hopefully he doesn't cause too much trouble to you guys. Hopefully it's gonna be a fun ride here. Let's see, next time I stream, I will probably be building either an Andromeda or something else. And it's yet to be confirmed, but next week, latter part of next week, I am going to be building an XOX70. XOX70 is a board that will be sold through Thok Supply. I believe they are located in Australia. And it is a function rowless 10 keyless board. It will come in Win keyless and Win key. And I'll be building a prototype, or a pre-production unit rather, I should say. It's not really a prototype. Pre-production unit for that latter part of next week, most likely. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the news. And then I have some other stuff coming up, but I won't confirm until I pretty much have it here, ready, or, etc, etc. Just leave these here, actually. It's kind of nice. You could put your most frequently used things here, which is kind of sweet. Okay. So that kind of goes in like that. Close this up. Oh, I guess this wasn't the Moto one. That's fine. I do like these boxes. Oh, XOS is a nice board. Yeah, it looked pretty nice. I actually was in touch with the designer, and yeah, no, it looked pretty nice. I'm very excited to build that. So yeah, that'll be in the latter part of next week. Most likely, I'm tentatively saying Thursday night, like Thursday night my time, which makes it Friday afternoon for you, or Friday morning or afternoon for the people out there in Asia, Australia, etc. Sorry for the EU folks. I know it's a hassle with my schedule. It's not to mention because I just don't really have a fixed schedule, and yeah, I know it's bad. But yeah, you can tune in. Well, you know. What? Diego, do you reside in Cali? No, I reside in New York City. I am in the city, in the Big Apple, New York City. How's New York? I like it. Summers suck. It's too humid and hot for me. I don't like it personally, the summers, but other than that, I love the city. I love the vibe here. It's fun. There's always things to do. There's so many cool places to go to and eat and have fun and all that. So I never run out of things to do. I really enjoy the city. It is expensive to live here for sure. Like, the cost of living is high, but it's no higher than the Bay Area. Actually, the Bay Area is probably just as expensive. Probably worse in some regards, but anyway. But it's very nice. I really like it here. Do you like living in real life Liberty City? Yeah, I enjoy it here. Move to Cali? I mean, I would move to Cali if I have a career setting up over there, but yeah, until then, probably nothing. No, not anytime soon. Yeah, maybe in, 3, 4, 5 years. I don't know. If life takes me there, I'll end up in California. You guys just created another monster. It takes a dictator to bring down another one. That's a fact. You're a mechanical medicine syringe engineer, right? If I recall. I mean, yeah, I have engineering background. I was in medicine, but I'm no longer in medicine. I do have applications in medicine, like work in medicine, but nothing. I don't practice medicine, though. Yeah. All right. I would like to wrap it up there and see we are gonna raid somebody. Anyway, again, big thank you to Omnitype for sending these cool prototypes out. For those who enjoy the sets, make sure you purchase them through omnitype.com/lighting if you like them when they drop on the 8th of this coming month. So 8/8/2022 is when they drop. And yeah, if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, I can show them some other future streams. So if you have future stream that you join in, you're like, oh, I want to see those OTC caps again, just let me know, I guess. And let's see who's streaming. Oh, Toki, what's up? Hello and goodbye. Let's hang out soon. Yeah, let's hang out. Yeah, let me know. I know it's been a while. Let's see. I see Mr. Joran doing Boston Compact. I actually don't know what that is. Mr. Anthony doing an HMKB75. Wow, with box glazed green switches, lubed. Oh, interesting. I don't know what that is, but it looks interesting. I see Ruminative doing a Timo V2, very cute, with Techno Violets. Oh, I was gonna ask a quick question on your recommendation switches. Yeah, go ahead. Why not? What's up? What's up, Corleak? Go ahead. We wait a little longer. I'm looking to get some silent reds. Okay. So those are Cherry MX Silent Reds. They're silent linears. But I was recommended some Oil Kings. Okay. So first of all, silent reds are silent, but Oil Kings are not silent. So if you require silent switches for work, etc., then go the silent route. But if not, Oil Kings are excellent switches. They come pre-lubed from the factory. So they're already pretty good out of the box. You can lube them again if you want to. They're excellent switches though. Work in FPS gaming? Well, okay. If silent switches are not a requirement, you don't have to go silent. Oil Kings are a great recommendation, to be honest. And I personally like them a lot. I haven't used them in any of my personal boards, but I've built a few already from clients and whatnot. I actually don't build my own boards that often anymore because I get pretty busy with other boards. But I think I do think that both switches are excellent for gaming in the work. Okay, like Silent Reds or Oil Kings. I would say Oil Kings are going to be smoother in general. I think Gateron switches have become very, very good, even stock. So if you decide to loop them, even better. But it's definitely optional. And I think the recommendation is a good one. So give them a try. I mean, why not? One thing to consider is to maybe check the spring weight. Silent Reds are pretty light, by the way. So I would say that Silent Reds, you might actually have to swap the springs. Because they are very light. Whereas Oil Kings are much heavier than that. So just keep that in mind. Was a smooth stock silent linear boba gums? Yeah, might be the Gazoo ones might be pretty smooth. Yeah. All right. Anyway, I think that's it. Why not? Let's go. Shall we just raid a Ruminative? Ruminative building a Teemo V2. Why not? Wait, I don't think we've raided Ruminative before. Even if I have, maybe it's been a while. So why not? Let's go check out a Teemo V2. Ruminative underscore. Okay, meow, go raid. Teemo owners unite. Best sub 60 board NA that doesn't have a steep learning curve. Actually no, just best sub 60 board NA, period. Meow go heart. It is true though. I really like the Teemo personally. The Teemo 50 is a very cute board. It's very easy to work with actually. It's pretty much like a 60%, types like a 60 because pretty much like it just doesn't have the numro, but it's actually super easy because it has all the punctuation marks. And like the Equinox XL is just like that. It's also very nice too. But yeah. Alright. I'll see you guys on the next one. Might be soon. I actually don't know when exactly I'm gonna stream. Might be this weekend again. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Might be on Andromeda then. Alright. See you later. Have a good weekend. Peace.